Today we are going to see Vensky's presentation today.
Hi, my name is Vensky Darivo. This is a presentation for speech. Mr. Mayor, if you're watching this, the reason why we're in this area is because we're on a cruise for 4 days. This is the only way I could do the presentation within due time. Alright. My presentation today will be about fast fashion and how fast fashion is slowly destroying our environment. So when you're buying clothes, right, lots of people like to follow the trends and they want to have good presenting clothes because that's what fashion really is. It's to make yourself look better using clothes, and often or not we try to look for clothes that are cheaper, to save money, because fashion is important but not really that important to us. But when you're looking at these price tags that are from $6.99 for these beautiful type of clothing, right, with a nice stitching, and once you finally wear them once or twice, they start to fall off, the stitching gets loose, or you toss them in the dryer and they shrink. They're not pre-shrunk, and you finally realize 2 months later, then when you toss it away, that you kind of contributed to like the over 1,200 tons of just clothing that gets tossed away every year. And I want to speak to people about how this type of cycle of buying clothes and that are cheap and then throwing them away is just hurting our environment. So more than ever now, a census that was taken in 2024 shows that we buy 60% more clothes than ever, but we also throw away 3 times as much. For every 5 clothes that are bought, 3 of them will be tossed away and end up incinerated or in landmines. Lots of people can't really visualize how bad this is for our environment. Between all maritime airlines and ships, clothing is over 10% of all CO2 emissions, which is astronomically big for something that just started a few years ago. Fast fashion really picked up around 2016 with the hypebeast movement of clothing, having the logos and stuff like that. A bunch of companies have been caught doing this earlier on, but it really ramped up around this new age where social media influences what people want to buy. There's actions we can take, obviously, to combat this. One of them is obviously to just buy less and more higher quality things. Instead of looking at that $10 shirt, get a $15 one that's made of cashmere, a good quality linen, or something that's actually pre-shrunk, so when you throw it in a dryer to wash, it doesn't just shrink on you and you have to throw it away. Another way to really take care of your clothes is to buy secondhand. Buying secondhand clothes such as cotton, leather, goat leather, all these things is so much better for the environment than just buying a fresh pair of clothes every time you need it. What I really want to point out as well is the exploitation of workers for companies like Shein and Temu. When you see those 99-cent prices on pajamas or within these techie type of clothing, you're realizing that the workers that are making the textiles for these types of clothes are often or not very exploited. It's young children who are making these types of clothes far off in places like Uzbekistan, Pakistan, India. Around 90% of all soccer balls, which is also part of fashion, is made by children in Pakistan, which is insane that we know this and we still continue to consume these types of stuff from places like Nike and Adidas. A fair and better way for us to really be good with our clothes would be to slow down these trends and de-influence ourselves from trying to buy these giant brands like Balenciaga, Margiela, and other these giant fashion houses. We're chasing these trends, these unrealistic influencers who are bringing these stuff to our eyes, and we have to realize that it's okay to want to look good within clothes, but within reason, right? I really want a world where people can buy clothes sustainably and ethically. A world where children are exploited to make these types of things for us. A world where companies are open with us. They let us know that how their practices are going with making some of these clothes, these vêtements, all these types of things. Again, personally, what you can really do is to speak up about these topics. Bring awareness to what these companies are doing. We cannot allow them to get away with these types of things. Everyone should be more conscious about where we buying our things, how we are treating our things. Another thing that I haven't brought up that's really good for keeping your clothes alive is repairing them. Lots of people have forgotten how to stitch their clothes, sew a button, and that's an important skill we all need to have, because when one minor thing goes wrong, you have a tough stain to get out of your clothes, and you don't know how to manage that, you're looking towards other options or just throwing away, again, because it's so cheap. Here's a list of brands that you should avoid. So you can recognize some big ones like Victoria's Secret, Lululemon, Nike, Adidas, Temu, Shein, Fashion Nova. All these companies have been unclear about their labor practices, about how they source their clothes, and about the fact that they simply aren't being transparent with you, the consumer. The price tags may look according to our pockets, but is it according to our morals, our ethics, and our ways of life? These are all my sites. There's great websites here that you can donate to, like earth.org, McKinney and Kinsey, which do textile repairing, right? They take clothes and return them back into textiles to make new clothes, which is a movement I think we should all fully support. Thank you for listening and have an amazing day.